So I'm out here this morning taking my little walk. So I just got to the park and I was thinking about what it actually takes to build a business that's generating $1 million in revenue a month. I mean, we've done this and there are a couple of problems here. I think that, a lot of people subscribe to the adage from Biggie Smalls, more money, more problems. And this is in particular when you're talking about brand new entrepreneurs that have amassed 50,000, 100,000, $1 million a month in revenue with a business, but then they don't know what to do with the money. I mean, we've talked to entrepreneurs before, they're making 50K, 100K a month, but they're actually still broke. And this started becoming really concerning to me because it's like, well, why? Why is that? They weren't making that much money when they worked a 9 to 5, but now as an entrepreneur, they have no sustainable cash flow, no money in the bank. What's really going on with this? And so when we started analyzing this, what it comes down to is people just don't know what to do with the money. But even worse than that, they don't know how much money they're spending. They're not tracking their numbers. They don't know what's coming in. They don't know the clients they have as far as how much revenue they're generating every month, from their leads, from their sales. Oh, we can talk about sales for a minute here, but we'll get to that in a moment. But one of the problems is not tracking your numbers. You don't know what's coming in or even how it's coming in. This is a real problem, especially when you're starting to amass this much money coming in. And, at some point we can talk about taxes as well, what that's going to run you. I mean, I just, went through a $24,000 tax bill, but luckily I'm able to pay it, right? So, but some entrepreneurs come up against those types of things and they have no idea. So let's talk about the structure of your business here for a moment and how you get started. I know that most of you got started by yourself on your kitchen table or in your home office or something like that. You started something from scratch. And now you've just been working to continue to build that thing, which is a good thing. But you're not putting systems in place for tracking any of this. You don't know how much you're spending on Facebook ads. You don't know how much you're spending on YouTube ads. You have no spreadsheets to track any of this as far as your profitability. How many leads do you have coming in? How much does it cost for you to book an appointment with those leads? Like, that's something right there. Do you know how much it costs you to book an appointment? Do you know how many appointments you're actually booking? And from those appointments, do you know how many sales you're actually making from those calls that you book? Those simple numbers and not tracking those is going to bite you in the butt real quick, because now you've got all this money coming in, but you're realizing you're not profitable. So why aren't you profitable? Because you're not tracking the numbers and you don't have any systems in place to help you with that. When you're going through a sales process with someone, what does that look like? When you're setting the appointments with someone, what does that look like? Now, are you good at sales calls? Well, you must be if you've amassed this much cash flow and revenue coming in each and every month. But now there's something you're missing. There's something you're losing because you don't have systems in place. It's your time. Because you're working harder and harder and harder, but you're not working smart. Now, entrepreneurs, I can say this freely, we have egos, right? We think we're many times the smartest person in the room, and it's hard for us to take advice from anyone. Even people that have been in the game longer than we have. Sometimes we have a tendency to think, well, they don't understand my industry, they don't understand what I go through. Well, maybe. But the truth is that you're not the smartest person in the room. There's this saying that, look, if you are the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. Because if you're the one making the most money in your group, you need to up-level your group, right? You need to find someone that is farther along in this path than you are to help you really discover how you can get to that next level. Because you're not going to get to the next level doing the same things you've done for the past 6 months, for the past year, for the past 5 years. You're at a certain spot and you may be stuck there because you don't know what it takes to up level. I've said this before, and Einstein said it, you can't solve a problem on the level that you created that problem. You have to move up a level in order to solve that problem. I'll say that until the cows come home. But if you up level your group, you're going to up level your thinking as well. And sometimes that just takes, you might need to be in a mastermind. You might need to hire a coach. You might need to get with someone that actually knows better than you do in that particular area. And so if you are good at sales, well, the next thing obviously is that you need to start hiring people, because that's the only way you're going to get your time back. Now, you're going to say, like I used to say, no one's going to sell as well as I sell. No one's going to be able to do it the way that I do it. It's just not going to happen. That is true. But when you hire someone, you just need them to be 70% as good as you are, maybe 80% as good as you are, because no one is going to have your passion. It's your business, it's your baby, it's not theirs. But when you start hiring one salesperson, two salespeople, appointment setters, people to book appointments for your sales team, because you've been doing this for the last 5, 6 months, a year, 5 years, whatever, you've gotten good at all aspects of that part of your business. Now, in order for you to scale and get back your time so that you can get back to the business of being an entrepreneur, the visionary of what it is that you have to do, because you know all of those parts, now you can train those parts, and you know what the expectations of those different positions in your company are. Now, appointment setting, at the end of the day, it's not the best use of your time. Being on sales calls, it's not the best use of your time. But what is the best use of your time is being that visionary, creating, innovating with what it is that you're doing in your business, so you're not bogged down with some of these day-to-day things like sales and appointment setting. You need to find someone that can at least help you in that area so that you can get better and better at doing the things that are important. Even when it comes down to like creating your content, everybody knows we gotta, do content creation every day. So you're creating your content, you're editing the videos, you're putting the little fancy words, on the screen, you're doing all those types of things. It's not the best use of your time, because now you know how to do those things. You can hand that off, hire someone, or get a contractor to do those things. So there's 3 things here that we've talked about in this video in regards to you up-leveling your business and making sure that you're actually scaling your business in an appropriate way. You need to, 1, yes, be the best salesperson in your organization so that you can train a sales staff. Get that done. Be the best appointment setter in your organization so that you can hire someone and train them to be an effective appointment setter. So now you can get back to using your time. You're obviously, or you should be, I say obviously, you should be creating content. So create that content, but then hand that off to a video editor and someone that can upload that information to the different channels that are out there and platforms. Make sure that look, you're going to build $1 million business, $1 million in revenue every month. And I can talk about this because this is what we've done. This is what we do. We've built our own business to that level, and we want to be there to assist you in doing the same thing. Now, there may be some links around this video, and you can go ahead. If you want to book an appointment with us, no big deal. Hey, if you need the help, you need the help. If you don't, you don't. But take this information and use it to the best of your ability to help you with what it is that you need to do in order to scale your business to $1 million a month and beyond.